welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 74. You can find me online everywhere as Carolien, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry, the works. I have an Etsy shop, carolien.etsy.com or colourfulcreativity.nl. And there is a Ravelry group in the group section on Ravelry for this podcast and my yarn, which is the Colourful Creativity group. And just search Colourful Creativity in the group section on Ravelry and you will find it. So, welcome everyone. Welcome back to all returning viewers and welcome to all new viewers. I hope you like it here and stick around. Subscribe down below to get a notification of new podcasts every time they arrive. And I hope you become a returning viewer. So, it's only been a week. What is this? I really like the podcasting thing with my Christmas tree in the background myself. So I thought, well, I might as well enjoy it while it lasts and record an extra episode because otherwise I can't show you stuff. I have a very big finished object and that finished object will be in a package this weekend. So otherwise I couldn't squish it on camera. So here it is. That huge granny square blanket is now finished. All the ends are still there, but my friend doesn't care. She will weave them in herself. She rather has me knitting or making beautiful stuff for her and her kid. So this is like, I folded it in half. It's like huge. This is 210 by 110 meters approximately. And I will fold it up because Binks really likes the ends to chew on. So I will fold it up to the inside. So he doesn't have those ends and I can still show this. Most of them are gone now. Here it is, this big bundle of color. Like I explained last episode, this is a work in progress that I started 5 years ago. And Minx is eating my advent calendar now. Yay for cats. Really? Well, this is a very old whip. It was in my whips pile for 5 years and it's now finished. It was planned to be a 2-person bedspread. And well, this is now a 1-person blanket. And I gladly gift it to a friend. I'm totally happy with that because we won't be using it. I have a beautiful yarn stash. And I have beautiful yarn set aside for a blanket for us. So I'm gonna make us a new blanket and I already have that next to me so I can show you because it turned out I wanted to do another blanket and also in crochet. The crochet bug hit me again. I really like doing this apparently and I didn't have enough yarn. Oops. That's the post woman probably pushing something through the door that just fit. Now I'm very, very, very curious, but hey. Here is a square close-up and also here is how I joined with a slip stitch join. I just slip stitched in the back loops of both squares and that would make a really nice flat seam. And at first I did all this way, so this is 18 by 9 squares. So I did all the 18 squares in one go. And then when that was finished, all of them, I did the 9 squares the other way around and joined that side. Actually, thanks! What the hell? He has torn my advent calendar. Like, look, he just tore it apart. What? Well, that goes on the table, as well as my next advent calendar. that I'm going to show you later. So, behave! Jeez! He actually never ate cardboard before. Like those little chihuahuas that are really, really nice, and then they bite and the owner says, oh, he's never done that before. That's how I'm feeling now with Binks. Oops. So where was I? Oh yeah, the joints, that they were really nice and flat, and the way I did it, I wanted to explain to someone. I made some photos. I'm going to sit back and cut all this while I talk. And then I googled and it was like, oh, there's just a video on YouTube explaining that. I figured it out myself together with a friend who was like, yeah, we could slip stitch it. Yeah, and I think in the back loop it's nice and flat and it looks pretty. Yeah, so there is a video on that. And it's a really good video actually. So if you are interested in how to do these flat slip stitch seams, just Google for crochet slip stitch seam or granny square slip stitch seams. I will see if I can find the video again and link it in the show notes. And otherwise, well, you just have to do your own googly magic. I used 100% acrylic yarn, which is really nice because it's for a little kid and it can be washed very, very often, probably. And this is Beyer Populaire. I am not really recommending the yarn, so it is in between colors. Some are so thick, like this green one here, and yeah, sorry, things hold on. I only did like 4 rounds instead of 5 like I had to do with all the others, so this one was so much thicker, and even though they sold it as the same yarn, the same type, just another colorway, I wasn't really happy with that. So that's why I don't recommend this yarn. It was really, really cheap, so that's why I got it. And all the leftovers I have, squares and the yarn, I'm gonna sell because I just don't want to use that anymore. And I want stuff out of my house because, well, decluttering is going on. So let me put this away safe so Binks can't eat it. That would be pretty safe there. And grab my show notes. And you're gonna see my new notebooks more often because I am planning to only do 1 notebook next year. This is this year's, and I thought it would be nice to already start. That naughty mister is sitting next to me oogling at the boxes I put on the table. He's not allowed on the table, so he's on the couch. And he's like, something is in that box. So something was really, really nice and smelly, I think, in that one advent calendar box. But, well, on to whips, because that was my only finished object. I was pretty monogamous when I had to. And we will start with this one in my department of making socks bag by Chatty Cat's Creations. What else? Socks. Last time I told you I had to do the bind off of this one, I think. And I was gonna try, yeah, I know, I remember. I was gonna try the invisible ribbed bind off because it had beautiful 1x1 rib and it deserved a pretty bind off. That color looks totally different on screen. It's way more pink in real life and a lot less purple. But okay, that's fine. This is not the invisible bind off. I did my own version of Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. It is surprisingly stretchy, so okay for that. Because that invisible thing looked ugly. And probably it's me because it's the first time I tried. So okay, and then I did another bind off and then I played yarn chicken because for that invisible bind off you have to cut the end. And that end was like 1,000,000 times longer than necessary. And still, I didn't have enough to do the super stretchy bind off. So that's why I went with my own bind off, which is kind of Jenny surprisingly stretchy bind off, but then you twist the yarn the other way around, and I think that's way too much and it looks a little bit ugly. So yeah, if I ever have the guts to do that bind off, and probably it already is an existing bind off, I don't know. What I do is I knit or purl the stitch according to what I need to, and then just leave the yarn on the other side and do a yarn over by yarn on the front for a purl stitch, and then leave the yarn in front and knit the stitch in the back. So you do a yarn over that way. Nothing special. Other way, the same thing. You do a purl stitch, you put your needle in the stitch, and then you do the yarn over, knitting, purling the purl stitch, knitting the purl stitch, whatever. Difficult. I know you have to see it to believe it, probably, but I like how loose it is. I don't like the whole wavy thing, but that's okay, because this sock is going in the frog pond. Yeah. There's something wrong with my sock skills this year. I have plenty of socks that just don't fit. I have 2 pairs where I have to frog the toe, re-knit a few rounds, and then do the toe again. I found an older sock that my mom knit for me as a sample. Can I grab it just here? Yes, I can, because I put it aside. These Christmas socks, they're just too short, and this part is just too far under my heel and it sags, and it's not nice. And then I also found this little knot. Here you can see it better, I hope. So I'm gonna frog this one all the way to here. So I've already now have 3 pairs of socks that need some help adjusting. And this one just got added to it. It said in the pattern, do a plain back to make it more stretchy and not too tight. And yeah, well, here, this part, I was taking care that it wasn't too tight, and I let my loops go nice and loose. But apparently on the first round I forgot. And when I put it on, I can only just go through it and have it on, and it's too tight here and here. So I'm gonna undo this all the way to the heel and re-knit the leg with the back side just plain stockinette, no pattern, and the front will get probably a little bit looser here, because I may be even adding some stitches here in the corner and not decrease that stitch out immediately, but do it a little bit later. Oh, I didn't even tell you what socks these are. These are the Tulsi socks, and I really like them. I really like the pattern, so totally worth re-knitting so I can wear them. I did not just do the bind off of that one. I also cast on the second sock, because I cannot have an empty needle. I have to add it immediately, because otherwise second sock syndrome. I would happily frog and just leave it be, but no use in having just one sock. As you can see here, I cast on the toe and knit a few rounds on the pattern, backside. Under the foot is of course stockinette. What can I say further? Oh yeah, these are probably just cursed socks, because I am knitting 2 right socks. You should just jump to the other side instead of having 2 the same socks. You have a right and a left one. I have 2 right socks. I probably won't be the only one, and that one stitch really can't bug me. I don't want to frog this progress because I really like it. And I don't like it that much that I want to knit 3 socks. So frogging this leg, frogging that foot, no, not gonna happen. I have to do enough frogging. So the yarn then, you're probably very curious. Undercover Otter, Wicked Little Things. This is how it looks in a yarn cake. And the contrast color, I only have a tiny bit left. I really hope I have enough. This is Slumber Party, also Undercover Otter, and this was an advent calendar mini from the awesome advent calendar in 2016. Yeah, 2016. Jeez, oh, time flies. So, Tulsi socks, patterns by Verena Kors. But I will have already showed that in the little thingy underneath here. So, that's one pair of socks. One pair of socks, and Carolien, no pair of socks. In my Carolien bag, wintry bag that I got as a yarn wish, probably also 2 or 3 years ago already. I have, again, the first sock. This one was already finished last time. I showed you. I checked. So, pretty sock. And of course, 2 single socks make a pair, so I would have a pair, just totally different. And because this one is a bit thicker, that is not really nice to wear with a thinner yarn sock. Just like 2 shoes with different soles. I can't handle that. But there's also a second sock, and I was where the marker was last time. I managed to move it, and I did this probably almost yesterday. We watched Mowgli on Netflix yesterday evening, and I just wanted something in my hands to keep me busy, so I knitted blind, and it was quite a success story. I think I knit about this bit. I had done a few rounds earlier the week, but I knit all this during the movie, which is quite an achievement. And I'm not that far out from having to add the heel. We went to bed very early, but just this bit to go, and then I can do the heel. So this sock will probably be finished soon. At least this year. We don't have that much left. Like the projects I'm showing you today, most of them I want to have finished this year. So socks, and in my out of out yarn, here's the label, hope you can see it. Rainbow TARDIS bag. I have, I'm forgetting everything. Jeez. Sorry. That's what you get from not doing your usual. I'll show you this one. These are my Pattern Scry socks. Pattern Scry sock FX yarn in the Clover colorways. Knitting these on 2.75mm high sharp needles. Those Tulsi socks are 2.5mm high sharp needles, and the pattern is plain vanilla with a fish lips kiss hue. Then back to this bag. In here, this one, Latvian Blooms mittens by Dela Handwerk. Wolhandwerk Dela Hausmann. That looks like this. The marker is where it was. So I did about twice what I had, which was not much. This is the bloom side, and I'm not really sure, but now I see it like this, I'm like, yeah, just continue and have one mitten at least. This is the back side, and that's where I'm mostly in doubt. You don't really see the pattern. Let me see. I think there's another photo. Yes, here it is. I think 2 semi-solids would have worked way better. I should have gone with that. But I was, of course, my stubborn self. I wanted to use my own hand dyed, and I wanted to do something with my Tits Out Collective yarn because I really like it. And I gave my gran my pair of Tits Out Collective yarn mittens. So probably, maybe, now I'm thinking, maybe I should just frog and make myself another pair of lateral quadrants like I gave my nan. But the other colorway is called Aster. Both are colorful soft sock, so my own base and my own yarn and etc. Yeah, just love to knit with it. Needles I'm using is 2.5mm high sharps. Check, just like my socks. I like them to be tight. Let me see. This would help. Other way around also helps. Like, I'm just not sure to frog or to continue. Maybe I should just frog if I think that and knit those lateral quadrants, because I have to keep an eye on every row in the chart. The back side not, but the front. And the back is also hard to read because there's purple in the Tits Out Collective yarn. It's a bit iffy. So if I think it's iffy, maybe I should just frog. I conclude all. So this one goes on the frog pond. Next. That's quick. Stephen and Penelope-ish Amsterdam handmade bag. And a knit all the things pin, also from Stephen and Penelope. And in here is my breathing space sweater by Vera Valimaki. Most of you will probably know this sweater. And I saw a really beautiful one on Instagram from someone who knitted with the Tits Out Collective yarn. It was so gorgeous that I really want to be faster in knitting. But this part I am at is pretty boring and slow. I'm knitting short rows. I have to see. That is left. This is right. So here we are. Where is the marker? Where is it? There it is. I'm not even sure I moved it. Probably not. There's the marker. I probably did 4 rows last time or something. 8 rows. And I had to start the short rows. That is at least what I remember. Now I started the short rows and it looks like this. So that side is getting longer and that side isn't. Yeah, looking forward to wearing it next year, something. Needle size is at the moment 3.5mm high sharp interchangeables with cute panda stoppers. These things are so cute with their little sock that they are knitting. Yarn. This is just a small bit and a big ball. Both are Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the colorway Nutmeg, and Stephen loves Tosh. Oh, yay, phone call. Be back later. Ugh, sales. Just no, don't call. But whatever, let's continue. Where was I? Yarn stuff. Yeah, I think this was already done. This is not a project that I want to have done this year. So I think those were my whips actually. Let's put the pattern back. So I can continue with acquisitions. First, I have a big one. Like I said, I want to crochet a new blanket. It is the river stone blanket, and I haven't printed the pattern, so I can't show it to you. It is by Yelena Creations or Yelena Designs, one of two. And it is done in scheepjes stonewashed or scheepjes stonewashed XL. She uses a color pack, which I had two actually. I was supposed to sell them, but the boxes are so big that I couldn't find boxes to fit it in. So I only sold these on craft nights. And well, I still had two left. One was for me and one was to sell eventually. Well, no, both are for me now. And since this is the stonewashed regular, I was like, well, I do have stonewashed in bigger balls from teaching knitting and crochet classes. And I was like, I could use that combined with that and make that blanket. But the stonewashed I had to teach was XL, so way thicker than this one. This is like sport weight and the other one is more worsted. Yeah, not the right combination for a blanket. So I had to buy new yarn, which I did. And instead of the gray color, I went with this beige, more likely, bit brownish beige color. I think that's the best description. Colorway is called Axonite. Color number is 831. And it's also in the pack. Here it is. I really like these color packs because you can just try out all the colorways and see which one is perfect for your project. I got 2 packs of these. This is gonna be a huge blanket. The original blanket is just this, 7 balls of this one and 1 pack. And then you have a blanket of roughly 1 meter by 130 centimeters, yeah, 1.3 meters. And since the one I made for my friend turned out to be 210 by 110, I was like, yeah, I want one that is also 2 meters long. So I need to double up. She has 4 by 3 squares. I'm gonna do 4 by 6. I have actually planned it all out. That's how good I am at the moment. Oops, some things are shifting. Here you can see my plans. I think they will be really, really lovely, because what I have planned is to do one whole column of neutral colors, and since I have 2 minis of each color, I'm going to do 2. You have squares of 4 squares and then a border around it and then a big border around the whole thing. I have like in my Property Creations project bag. Yeah, thank you, Binks. You're making this easier. Of course. I have the other color pack because I played with it. Okay, I'm gonna put this on around because this is a mess. I thought I was prepared with notes and everything, but nope, nope, nope. You have to see it like this. These are 2 neutrals, and they will be on side by side like a fade. Can't find it. I have a photo for you guys. I put it in the fade in the rows that I wanted it, in the order. It's a beautiful photo. You can see it now here. I'm gonna do 2 the same colors on top of each other, so 2 grays exactly the same color, and then next to it the 2 blacks, and that's gonna be 1 square, and then it's the lighter gray in the next one with a beige, and the brown comes from the other side, so it's black and brown going to off-white-ish 2 in the middle. And then just rows of colors like greens, blues, pinks, etc. Combining it with other colors. I really, really like how I thought of it, and I'm very curious to find out how it will look. And I hope it will fit in this huge project bag by Frog Peak Creations, you know, from my friend Monique. You can also get 15% off of your project bags by using Colourful 15. Just have to put it out there. And this is my sock monkey bag, which I really, really like. But I hardly ever use it because I don't ever have projects this big. So I'm very happy that I can finally use it again. So that is acquisition number 1. With that, yeah, it's weird. I ordered crochet stuff, and with that I ordered knitting needles. These are Knit Pro Zing needles. This is the set of straight needles with tips or ends or whatever that's called. Here's the other side. And the reason I got this is because we talked about it, how much easier it would be to do double knitting without that whole cable in between, because it was a bit fiddly. And this would make enough room, or these ones are big enough to knit a scarf. And that is actually what I would make with double knitting, a scarf. Because that way you don't have to do increases, decreases, and etc. That sounded the most easy, actually. Then I have something here. This is how I keep them safe from Binks. These are my advent calendar minis from Herbstblad Regina, and it finally arrived. Yeah, I had some struggles with the post, or actually the post was having struggles with my packages. I ordered 2 advent calendars, one from Regina all the way back in June, and it was shipped halfway November from Germany. Easy, 2 to 5 days usually. It took 4 weeks almost. So I can tell you I was not amused. But hey, it's here now. I ordered another advent calendar from Australia, and I will show you in a sec. And that advent calendar was here, yeah, you guess it, the same day. That was the one I knew it was coming. And the German one, the Herbstblad Regina one, was a surprise that it was there, because it was still missing according to the post office, the Dutch postal service. So these are the minis I already got. This is day 1 to 11. I didn't open today, day 12, because I thought it would be nice to open it on camera. So really, really like it. It's soft sock, which is so nice and squishy. So let me put it back in here. Just like that. It looks so pretty. Put the lid on and put it here. So it comes like this, and it came in a big box like this. And I already have a special one for the 25th. There's a card, and these are all the things. I sorted them out so I can just grab it in the morning. And there was something else in there, which I will grab quickly before opening the one for today. This is a very, very nice, big, sturdy cotton canvas, something, backpack drawstring bag, which is really awesome. She hand stamped it, which I really, really love. It's such beautiful artwork. She even made the stamps herself. What's in here you will see next. First, let's open day 12 together. Let me see. What's in there? What do we have today? Whee! Oh, pretty pink. Reddish pink. And a bit of brown. This is really, really lovely. And it is called Sweater Weather. Yay! And also was in here a probably a marzipan, classic marzipan candy. I'm not a huge fan of marzipan, but one I can handle. I will taste. So that was today. And then I already told you and I already showed you the box that Pink so kindly ate part of. It was a really pretty box. I thought it was really, really good for me to have a colorful and creative Christmas. I think that's perfect for Colourful Creativity. And this one is from Squiggle Yarn Company. And she is from Australia, like I mentioned. There was all kinds of paper stuff in here, which I'm not going to show you because there's a coupon code on there. And in here, where everything was packed like this, even with sparkly, pinkish sparkly stuff that I try to keep in here so Binks doesn't eat it. You can only guess how it's gonna look. And I already took out the one for today. I didn't unpack it because I saved it for you guys. Here it is. That one fell off, of course. Number 12. Oh, this one is glued shut very, very well. I'm gonna open it here. There's tape all the way. But I'm already seeing something. Look at that. It's a green one today. Really, really pretty. These are 20-gram minis on a merino nylon base as well. This is like my smooth sock, which is really awesome. So I can combine it and just do maybe add some solids. I have to move the box, otherwise Binks. Always Binks. And these 20-gram minis I keep in this bag because she knew it wasn't gonna arrive in time, so she sent me 5 extra. And with the 12, I could open like 7 in one go, which was awesome. And that makes that I have a lot of minis here now. I haven't used them because I'm planning on doing a sweater with it. Something like a fade or marl. Not sure yet which one. I'm sorting. I'm just getting them all in my hands. But she sent me 5 extra. And then the whole bunch of what we already have now makes that we have this. And the color is washed. Yes, that is more like it. Just a bit washed out. The colors are really bright and beautiful. And I keep sorting them because then there's a new color and then I go, oh, that one belongs there. And look at this. These were the last 2 days, I think. I really, really like it. These are really my thing. And there's a lot of pink in here, as you probably already saw. I wasn't really into pinks, but I really like these. And I'm converting to pink a little bit. So I'll get used to it. And I probably will be wearing pink next year, or at least trying to make something with more pink. I'm already with the Tits Out Collective yarn. I'm already doing pink. So I think my pink will be fine. Then, let me see. Oh, I have to get my notes because otherwise I forget stuff. That I showed you. So yeah, this is up next. in this brand new project bag by Nomadic Yarns is Diagonal Alley on Trusty Sock by Nomadic Yarns. And yeah, you know me. If you watched the last 2 episodes, I'm on a self-striping craze. Yay. I do think this is the last one that is coming. I could check, but I'm fairly sure it is. I really love these colors together. The orange and purple and green. And also that brown is really my thing. These are really my autumnal flavors. Really love it. It's a shame to use it as socks, but I have to see. Maybe I can do a short sleeve stripy sock arms sweater, because this is again smoke sock. That would be awesome if I could do this as... Oh, okay. You can see the ideas flying in my head, just like poof. And I really love the bag. This constellations, stars, very pretty. So that is that, and with that I have all the acquisitions I wanted to show you. Then all that's left is shop talk and personal. As for shop talk, I already told you last time, I have a coupon code for 10% off of all orders over 30 euros that I forgot to add last time. And the coupon you can use for that is gifts18. And well, like I said, you get 10% off on all orders over 30 euros. And if you spend a little bit more and go over 40 euros, I will send you also a bottle of Unicorn Clean, random from the box. There are 6 kinds of flavors and I will just send you randomly one. If you order for more than 40 euros, just as my special thank you gift for this year. It is December, so it's the time of giving and the time of presents. So just giving you some little extras. No shop updates, anything planned. I have not dyed. I have not gotten anything new for the shop in. I have not made beads. Oh, I took my time off because, well, I went to the doctor yesterday and I got my results from my upper endoscopy. The whole thing went fine. There was nothing wrong with me. The whole test was also fine. I got a little anesthesia. They couldn't give me more because my blood pressure was already too low. My blood pressure is too low. What? Mine? I always think it's high, but apparently it can also be too low. So I noticed everything they did during the endoscopy, which was also actually fine. It was really nice of the doctor that when I came in and she saw me and she already could hear me talking to the nurse that asked me, "Are you nervous?" And I was like, "Yeah, a little bit." She asked me what my favorite music was. So I didn't know she was the doctor. She was in the corner and she just asked, "What's your favorite music? Do you like to listen to music?" I was like, "Yeah, I have a Spotify list with my favorites and I would love to hear that." And she was like, "What's your username and what's the list name?" I was like, "Yeah, very easy." Well, she found me and she put it on and she said, "Well, that's a nice list. Some soundtracks, some Disney, some musical." Yeah, that's me. Basically, I renamed that list from my favorites now to Carolien's Happy Pill, because that is what it does to me. It makes me happy. So she kept me happy and then she introduced herself as the doctor. So best doctor ever. And yesterday I got the results from that test. So nothing found. so nothing to worry about. What it has been, probably stress and the use of a lot of ibuprofen to keep going. So next time, listen to your body better, take rest, etc. And now it's just a case of getting healthy, getting relaxed. Already doing that. That's why I'm not working, or at least not physically doing a lot of work. I am mentally doing a lot of work. I am doing my admin, etc. work and trying to not make that stressful. I always stress out for admin and taxes, but I'm trying not to because, well, it's just numbers and I know my numbers and they're my numbers, so I know what I'm talking about. With food and stuff, go with your gut. That's frankly what I have to do. Trying not to do some disordered, weird diet, not doing any other disordered eating. My history is that I started diets when I was 8. I had to, from the doctor and my mom, and it was horrible. I can only tell you, I only gained weight from dieting, and I do not need you to tell me, oh, you should try this diet or that diet, because I tried them. I tried them all. My whole system is broken because of it. That's just, diets are bad for you. The only thing they're good for is money in everyone's pockets who makes the diets, like Weight Watchers and stuff. They get rich and you just get sucked into something that's addictive. Calorie counting, get it out of your head. You can't. It just sticks in there. It's just not good. So intuitive eating for me now, body positivity, which is also very, very helpful. I know from a few of you guys who told me that you really like me talking about this, so I am now. I saw a beautiful video from Carrie Hope Fletcher dancing in her underwear, jiggling her belly fat. Check it out. It's the best. It's on Instagram. I know Body Posy Panda does it too. The jiggle. I really like that. I hope I will ever have the guts to do something like that. But until then, I will just do it in my bathroom, in front of the mirror, all by myself, alone. But at least I'm doing it. And I don't hate my jiggle. So that's what I want to say. Don't hate your jiggle. Pretty good name for this episode, probably. Don't hate your jiggle. Love your jiggle. Love yourself. That's 2 lessons I learned this year, which are probably the best lessons in the year. And intuitive eating is just eat what you want without shame. There's no bad food, there's no good food. Food is just food. Don't put a label on it. It's really scary when you come from a diet with restrictions. You want to eat everything. You're allowed to eat everything, so you're gonna eat everything. That's what you get from deprivation and starving yourself, literally. I've stepped away from diets years ago, and then they said I should do a lifestyle change, which is actually just labeling good and bad foods again. So it just doesn't compute. I can eat everything. I just have to feel what my body says about it. And my stomach doesn't like every food, so then I don't eat those things because my body says no. It's something else that I say no to my body. It's my body saying no to me. And now I listen instead of just shoving it in like a goose on Christmas. Yeah, I hope that makes things a bit clear. I didn't think this part through before recording. I just like to go with the flow. There was nothing in my little book telling me what to say about this, and I planned to make a short episode because I liked all the Vlogmas episodes so much that are just quick and easy, maximum of 10 minutes, and I can see time ticking away, this one already being over 50 minutes again, and I didn't even have that much to show, or I thought. Yeah. I guess with that I will end it here. If you have anything to tell me, leave me a note, send me a message anywhere where you like. I'd love to talk more about this, but I would like to know from you guys what you want to hear about it. And yeah, I hope to see you soon next time. Bye bye.